bypass it, but we're gonna talk about game 2, and Houston was on the mound. You know, one of the cool things was some of the parents of the team took care of me and my son. They put us directly behind home plate. So, man, I got to see you up close and personal the whole night. And it was actually a Vanderbilt fan who brought it to my attention when it happened in real time. And then we talked about it with Hootie. So I'm going to discuss it with you. So he does his rocking thing that he does. That, you know, that's why we called his episode Lean With It, Rock With It. And he stopped rocking and he held forever. And you and him were on a clear communication breakdown. And then he ends up giving that home run to Rodriguez. Now, the Vanderbilt fan, like I said, he said, man, it seemed like he lost his rhythm, his flow that he's in. He got held up. Him and the catcher weren't on the same page. And so then Hootie confirms and says, the pitch he wanted, you did not want to call. What's up with that?
That just doesn't sound right at all.
I don't know. He held for a long time.
I did not want to call. Oh, what he ended up throwing, I think, a changeup. I think that's what he threw. Yeah, I didn't want to call a changeup to that guy because he stands right on top of the plate, and I've caught 15 of his at bats at this point, and I'm like, all right. So I mean, if we can get a heater in right here, he's going to get blown up. I'm pretty sure that's what I was trying to call, and Hootie wanted the changeup, so we call it the changeup. He gives up a homer. That's what happened.
So we got the real story. So now we know that he doesn't go to the bottom of the dog pile, and he threw the wrong pitch. It's all exposed.
What sport was it? Other than soccer, what was that passion that you had? Or what was the sport that was the most fun to play?
I'm kind of torn between 3. One was more competitive because I did it with my school, and that was definitely volleyball. I'm a sucker for volleyball. And then once I found out you could compete in wake surfing and water skiing, I got super into that as well.
I mean, if there's a competitive piece to it, you're in for it, right? You're game.
Oh, all in. Spike ball, you name it.
Man, I feel bad for your sister because I'm sure it was just total domination.
Literally, the meeting finished. 10 seconds later, I had 4 or 5 coaches calling me like, hey, what's going on? You didn't take the band. I said, look, coach, there's some stuff that's going on in the locker room. There's some stuff that I feel like the staff is doing and saying, but they're not really, leveling up on it. I just don't feel like we're a team yet. And I would be wrong sitting here being a freshman to take your band, knowing that I just don't buy into everything just yet. And,
for those that can't see it, what does the band say?
Oh, this band here says, Ole Miss Rebels, take a stand all in. So that's kind of what it's, and I've never taken it off. But what I gained is my next year when we did it, and I felt we were more of a team, and you could see a change in our record, and it's changing. That's the next year we popped. But I took the band because we were closer. We had, that senior class that was there when we got there. They had a lot of baggage going and a lot of crap going on in the locker room that shouldn't have been doing and all this. We just wasn't there yet. But when I took it, Freeze made it very clear, like we obviously doing something right if Q came down here to take the band. And that was kind of the thing. But, it's one of those things. I got to stand up for what I believe in. And that's what I challenge kids to do every day. If you believe in something, stand up for it. It doesn't matter being a freshman or a senior. If I didn't feel like something was right, I would talk to them about it. I would bring it up. It was Laquan Treadwell. To this day, we talk about it. It was times Laquan, he used to always go to the coach and say, Q needs to play more. Q knows the playbook. He's fast. He's doing this. But I used to always tell Quan is, bro, Markel Pat, that's all he has. If I play more, Markel Pat has to play less. I want Pat to make it and be a better player. So you know what? Stop doing that. Don't go to coach. You know what I'm saying? Let him play who he want to play. I'll be all right. I want my teammate to have fun.
Have the painful truth, or would you rather have a comforting lie?
Painful truth.
This is a big league. This is a big league question. Liam, what do you got? Comforting lie or painful truth?
Well, the painful truth, I guess. Yeah, painful truth.
Man, I'm getting pulled to that comfort, but that just that sends you down just a whirl of of badness. So I'm gonna go the painful truth.
Yeah.
Liam, real quick, is the painful truth right now that you're in the stairwell of a hotel?
Yeah, that is painful truth, and and that my defense has given up too many points. I'm going to lose fantasy this week.
Would you rather spend 10 years in a coma, 10 years in a coma, or 5 years in jail?
Oh, damn.
I know.
10 years in a coma, bro. 10 years in a motherfucking coma, bro. No,
Yeah.
bro, jail sucks. For real.
All right. Y'all heard it from the baddest dude that we've ever had on this podcast. So all them baseball players that come on here saying they're gonna take jail, bullshit. And I tell them that.
I kind of think the Braves have that, they obviously went through this year where they weren't, they were probably a 500 team at some point and really kind of just grinded their way into, in the back half of the season into the playoffs. And now I think they're, this is going to be a really good World Series, and it already has been. Who knows what happens these next two games, but I think they're that team that's just scary at the same time, that maybe they weren't all, the most talented, but they've look at some of the guys they've like pieced together and pulled together that have just, persevered and made them become who they are at the same time. So I think there's, in a sense, kind of two different aspects there. I don't know one or the other, but I will say, I think like the Braves look pretty scary, and who knows what can happen 2 more games in Minute Maid in Houston. But they've definitely, and watching some of their like the bullpen guys that have come out and done such great things, and I know they've been in some situations, especially like against the Dodgers and stuff like that to get here, and they just seem to be, getting hot at the right time, as you would say.
I just really enjoy making videos, honestly. And I've been lucky to be around this great game for probably the better part of 15 years at this point. And in that time, I've really accumulated some knowledge and had to kind of dig into the weeds a little bit. And I really want to grow the game of baseball. I think the game of baseball is awesome, but we can do a better job of getting young people involved in the game. And so with TikTok kind of growing in its prominence over the last couple of years and giving a great platform for those little bite-sized content nuggets that like young people and really everyone with our short attention spans these days, that's what everybody's after. And so I've really been excited to hop on TikTok. I think I've been on there for probably 4.5 months at this point. So I haven't been on there very long, but just to use that as a platform to kind of give back to the baseball community, to share some knowledge that I've picked up over the years. So long answer to your question, no, I'm not TikTok famous, but I do have a couple of people that like my videos.
So who's got better videos, you or Peyton Chatinier?
I think I make my own videos, and so I'm going to plug myself there. But as far as getting 12-year-old girls to fall in love with him, I got to give it to Peyton.
That is awesome.